Hey guys, good morning. It's Miss True Love here with another lesson for you guys today. And today we're doing a lesson on pronouns. And we've touched on pronouns in another lesson, and it's just time for us to go a little bit more in depth. In other lessons, it was just touched upon. And in this lesson, we're going to go a little bit deeper. Um, I'm not going to lie, this lesson can be a bit confusing because there's many different types of pronouns. And in essence, what we're really trying to get the gist of in this lesson is how we use them. Um, I don't think it's as much as important as knowing the names for the different types of pronouns, which we're going to discuss. It's more important to understand their application. And so when you're watching this and you're hearing this lesson, don't get caught up and wrapped up in worrying about the names of the types. Um, Being able to identify them um, is the most important thing, and then being able to apply them as well. So don't get wrapped up in the names. This is just that's just there to help you to kind of understand why they're used the way that they are. So just don't worry, don't don't stress if you're like totally confused by the different types of them. Just let's just look at how they're used. Okay? So promise me that you're not going to stress. Okay, I believe you. So let's move on. But the first thing we got to do is find out exactly the definition. What is a pronoun? A pronoun is a word that takes the place of a noun, a group of words acting as a noun, or just another pronoun. And like I said, there's many ways that we use pronouns. But when we're using pronouns, they have to agree in different ways, like in the number or in the gender and of the person. So you're not going to be talking about a girl and use the word him. That's kind of what we're talking about. So when you have people talk about their the number and the gender and the person, don't let that really stress you out because it'll make sense as we go through this. Pronouns can refer to a specific noun, a non-specific person, refer to a subject, or emphasize a noun. All right, so let's go and get started and look at our first type of pronoun. Well, let's look at the list of all the pronouns first. We have personal pronouns, demonstrative pronouns, intensive pronouns, interrogative pronouns, relative pronouns, indefinite pronouns, and reflexive pronouns. So now we're going to get to talk about our first type of pronouns, and that is our personal pronouns. And just think about when you're thinking about a personal pronoun, you think that it refers to one or more persons or things. Personal pronouns are not limited to people, but can also refer to animals and objects. So when we're referring to those personal pronouns, they can come in different. We talked about those that they can come in different number or gender and stuff, and so we see that they come in first person, second person, third person. They can be singular and they can be plural. And these are just example of the personal pronouns that you have, like I, me, my, and mine, you, your, and yours. And of course, if we look at that your is one of our most commonly confused words because it's used wrong. Sometimes people use your to say your, like you are, and this is not the word that we're referring to. We're talking about your, like that is your house. But we're not going to go a lot into depth about singular and plural, and really even into the first, second, and third person, but just in general, the first person refers to the speaker. Um, that is my house. I like chocolate. I'm talking about me. I'm talking about, is referring to me, the speaker. Like we went to the store. If I wasn't talking, if I was not the person speaking, I would not say we. I would move to the second person and talk about, we went to your house, because I'm talking about the person being spoken to or about. If we're talking about the third person, refers to persons being spoken about. So, he went to the store. They went to the store. They are not nice. She is my friend. It's talking about referring to someone else that's being spoken about. And like I said, let's not get caught up into the intricacies of this. Let's just look at what's really important is identifying those pronouns in the sentence. So if you were to be able to read a sentence and pull out these pronouns for the case of the tape, is being able to identify them. So if you were to come across any of these words in a sentence, being able to identify them and pull them out as the pronoun is your objective. Then we have demonstrative pronouns, and I've heard people call it demonstrative, but it's demonstrative. It's just our fancy way of saying it. But demonstrative pronouns are used to point out or demonstrate a specific noun or pronoun, such as this and that, which are the singular forms of the words. And then you have these and those, which are our plural. So if you're going to say, go get that, it's talking about a specific noun or a pronoun. So it's pointing something out. Go get that. Go get, I like this. It's talking about something specific. And in that place, you could say, instead of this, this is my house. It's talking about a specific house. I gotta sneeze, guys. Sorry. It's not the coronavirus. It's allergies. Well, then we have what's called reflexive pronouns. And a reflexive pronoun refers back to the subject of the sentence or the clause. Just think of it as kind of like a reflection. A reflection mirrors another object. And so a reflexive pronoun refers back to the subject. They're used when the subject is the same, when the object is the same as the subject. So if we look at this sentence right here, you see yourself. You in this sentence is our subject. See is our verb. And then we see the object in the sentence is you. You see yourself. So yourself is referring back to you. We have intensive pronouns, which are the same as reflexive, pronouns, but they're used to draw attention to a noun in the sentence. If something's intense, it's extra. And so these words just draw a little bit more attention to a pronoun in the subject. So I made it myself. Our first pronoun is I, which is a personal pronoun. I made it myself, which is intensive because it's drawing specific attention to the word I in the subject. Have you seen it yourself? So you is our subject, and the object in our sentence is yourself, and yourself is referring back to you in the subject of the sentence. And then she spoke to me herself. Well, in that sentence, guess what? We have 1, 2, 3 pronouns. She in that sentence is our subject, and then herself is our object, which is our intensive pronoun. And then me, that is going to be one of those personal pronouns as well. So what is herself reflecting and back onto is going back to she. So just know, like in those sentences, what was the most important thing? It was being able to identify those pronouns, and so that's what's important. Then we have interrogative. Some people try to say interrogative, but it's interrogative. And just think, if you're being interrogated, what's happening to you? You're being questioned. So an interrogative pronoun is one that introduces a question. It asks that who and whom and whose and which and what all start with W. Just like, who took the book? Whom is she talking to? Whose car is this? What do you want for lunch? Which color do you like best? So just knowing to pick out those pronouns in your sentence, that's what's important. Now, if you look at the second sentence, whom is she talking to? We see, guess what? 2 pronouns. Could you pick them both out? If you look at the fourth sentence, what do you want for lunch? Guess what? We have 2 pronouns in that sentence. Can you identify them? That's what's important. Which color do you like best? And that sentence also has 2 pronouns. One's an interrogative, and the others are personal. So just know, being able to pull them out of the sentence and identify them are what's important. Knowing their uses is also, it helps you understand better is how it fits into the sentence. So like I said, being able to just pick those out, that's important, guys. So we're going to move on to our next. So we're going to look at relative pronouns, which are pronouns that introduce adjective clauses, which are word groups to tell which, what kind, or how many. You'll have to forgive me all if I just, I keep feel like I gotta sneeze, but we're gonna press on. But if I sneeze, it's not the coronavirus, okay? It's called allergies. So, the pronouns we're gonna talk about today are who, which, whose, that, where, and when. And what we'll see, and when we go talk about these, is that many times these can be used interchangeably. So let's just get started. When we look at who, it refers to people. The man who works at the post office is very kind. But when I look at this list of words, I could see several that I could also use in the place of who in that same sentence. So you could do the man that works at the post office is very kind, or the man which works at the post office is very kind. Then if we look at the word which is used to refer to animals and objects, he has bought a bunch of flowers, which his friend bought. Um, it's referring to animals and objects. Then we have whose that refers to possession. Whose is that dictionary? It's saying who does that dictionary belong to? In the next sentence there, you'll see that the end of the sentence is left off. So, have you seen the girl whose father works at the bank? Then we have that, which is used to refer to people or animals. It can also replace who or which is what I did when I did that first sentence. For example, the blue jacket that she is putting on belongs to her friend. So you can also replace that with who or which. So the blue jacket which she is putting on belongs to her friend. Then we have the word where, which is used to refer to places. The hotel where we slept was excellent. And then we have when, which refers to a time. That was the day when my sister, I can't see the last part of it because it's covered up on my screen, but that was the day when my sister fell down. That was the day that my sister got married. It's referring to a specific time. Then we have indefinite pronouns, which refers to the people, places, and things in general, and they can be used without antecedents. So one thing we notice about these indefinite pronouns, all of them have the word every in them. We have everyone, everybody, everywhere, everything. So it's talking about something very specific. I mean, it's not talking about something very specific. It's talking about something very general. It's non-specific. So everyone needs friends. It's talking about just a whole grouping of people need friends. It's not saying, oh, the Job Corps people need friends. It's true love and needs friends. No, everybody needs them. Everybody needs somebody to love, not just me, everybody. Everything about you is amazing. Not just one thing about me, just everything. Everything about me is amazing. And I haven't just been somewhere, I have been everywhere. So it's very general. It's not definite. So when you put IN in front of a word, it means not. So when you're saying indefinite, it means not definite pronouns. It's not definite. It's very general. I know that was a lot to have to go through, and like I said at the beginning of the lesson, the most important thing in this lesson is being able to identify those pronouns and determine if you're using your pronouns correctly in a sentence. If you need to reach me for any reason, you can reach me at truelove.catherine@jobcorps.org or at reading1gjcc@gmail.com. You can also leave me a comment on the Google Classroom, or you can check in with some other Gadsden Job Corps staff, and they can point you in my direction. I'll be uploading assignments onto iExcel today. Remember that your username is your name 1 at Job Corps, so mine will be Kathy 1 at Job Corps, and your password is Joyful 1. I hope you're having a great day. If you have any questions, please just drop me a message on one of the avenues that I have left for you, and don't stress over the particular pronouns, y'all. I told you it was crazy at the beginning, and so just you knowing how to identify and pull them out is the most important thing. So for now, I will sign off for now. Sayonara. See you later. Bye.